Hello and welcome to episode 48 of Throwing Your Parents Under the Bus. Today we're going to talk about the many ways to mess up in a roundabout. I'm Jane Ubel, and with me today is veteran crash investigator and driver safety expert Mike Pehl. How you doing, Mike?
I am good.
All right. And of course, our student enrichment keeper, Natasha Johnson. How are you?
Doing good.
All right. Well, I just want to tell people the roundabout was invented in Germany in 1899. Now, the modern roundabout was built in 1966 in Europe. It was introduced to the United States in the 1990s, but they were not universally common in the US until 2010. But that doesn't mean today we know anything more about it or how to drive in it, if I can say that. Because I want you to know the first time I learned about the roundabout, I was in Annapolis, Maryland at Thanksgiving in 2005. So it was before 2010 when it was usually or universally common in the United States, which means I knew nothing about it. Anyway, we were visiting our son who was in school at the Naval Academy, and we rented a house for the week and I ordered a full Thanksgiving dinner at the local grocery store. Now, I had ordered this and I drove there and I thought I did pretty well following the GPS. But then on the way out, I said, how do I get out of here to get to this address? And the clerk there, she had an accent. I don't know whether it was English or Irish, but she's like, well, you go out of the lot and then you turn left at the circle. Then you will exit the circle on the second rotary and then you go over the bridge. And I stood there going, I heard her words, but I have no idea what she's talking about. So needless to say, that was my first experience with a roundabout. But now I'm going to hand it over to Natasha to tell us what she got for an enrichment that made us now do a podcast about this topic.
Yeah. So Ava inspired this topic. She said, while we were at the roundabout, my mom stopped too close and couldn't see the tires on the pavement of the car in front of her. So I mentioned the rules to her. I'm sure Mike says was started in that sentence.
I was just going to say, Mike says, sorry,
Mike
parents.
says.
Sorry, parents. Live with it because it's a good They're paying attention. And guess what? They're going to be driving your cars, your insurance. So listen, guys, you know what? They can take the roundabouts back. They can just have them, but we're stuck with them. Not only are they in manufacturing or building more, they're actually getting more complicated. Because now they're doing double lane roundabouts and triple lane roundabouts, and now you're in the inside and you want to get to the outside, and a semi trailer's taking up 2 lanes as it's going around, and this person doesn't know how to get in, this person doesn't know how to get out. It's didn't the Beatles sing a song about that? Can't you read the signs? Don't do that, do this. You know what I mean. But anyway, let's get back to Ava's comment first. She said, Mike says you need to see the back tires touching the wheels. I'm just everybody out there, you need to see them back tires touching the wheels. The number one reason you want that is you have an exit. If you cannot see them back tires, you cannot hit the gas and go. You cannot get around a serious accident that's about to happen. If you see something happening, you will freeze to the moment. And the second reason is if they have a stick shift and you're on a hill and they roll back a little bit, they're not going to run back into your car. Doesn't matter whose fault it is, guys. Even if it's a non-fault, you're going to spend 2 hours fixing it. And your car's going in the shop for a few days. You don't want to do that. It doesn't make sense. Seeing the wheels touch the ground is the best rule Mike Pehl, came up with. All right. There's nothing in the driver's head that says that, but listen to me. You can't go anywhere anyway. And if you look at defense, I can get out of there. I can get out of there. Ava, good job. Love you for that. You keep it on. You keep on your parents. Need to see those back tires touching. Now let's get back to the roundabouts. People, we need to read the signs coming up. It's called an advanced warning sign. It's an advanced warning sign of roundabout that you're approaching. If you look at it, it tells you, is it a single lane? Is it a double lane? The inside goes all the way around. The outside you can exit or continue. Okay. And, you know, we don't run up to a roundabout and stop. It's a yield sign. Well, most of them are yield signs. I've never seen one that has a stop sign yet. All right. So you keep this in mind. The speed limit on most of them are 15 miles an hour. So as you're rolling up to that and you're going 15, you're looking for the gap, the car coming around the gap. And all of a sudden, there's that gap. You don't wait till the gap gets by you and then you decide to go because the next car is right there. You need them front tires. People watch front tires. As that gap's coming to you, you need to start rolling. It's letting the car know in between the gap or the car that's behind the gap that you're coming in. And keep in mind, it's only 15 miles an hour. I'm not saying run into this person, but it's like a freeway merge. As the gap gets to you, you need to find the gap. If you keep waiting and waiting, people get on and they accelerate and they close the gap. So it's hard, it's difficult, it's frustrating, it's not going away. We have to live with it. If you don't like roundabouts, figure out how to, the only way you're going to avoid them is taking different routes because they are going to become like the diverged diamond on the freeway entrances now. It's it's happening all over. So get used to them. And I'm just telling you, uh, for a new driver, find a slow part of the day and go do roundabouts when there's no traffic. Because once you get it, it makes it a lot simpler.
So
So
tell me, is it even, because we have the 2 lane, roundabouts here, and should you just not even go in the inside lane?
what's the
Um,
point? That's my question is what's the
yeah,
point of going on the inside? Because there's only three exits max. Otherwise, you
right.
unless you did a U-turn. Okay, so to get in there, you have to, even if there's 2 lanes going out, you got to make sure the car beside you,
It's
now
gonna,
you're in there and now cars side by side. So you're going to get stuck going all the way around again, which even makes it more frustrating and more crowded. So in my opinion, there's no point of getting in. You're only there for seconds,
right.
literally seconds. If you had to go all the way around, still, I'm going to say 15 seconds.
So it really should just be a merging into one and then get off well,
You
maybe we can
know,
write them a letter.
the the
Yeah.
the, the reason for the roundabouts was to eliminate the left turn, which was the most dangerous turn we all make. It's
Hmm.
head-on collisions, it's rear ends. So they have eliminated the left turn danger, but they have created a lot more accidents. Just so you know, we have more accidents in the roundabout, but they're not the serious accidents. It's the little, oh, I bumped you. Oop, I got in too close. Those type of accidents, but people aren't getting killed on roundabouts. So, right, wrong,
Let's,
indifferent. I don't personally mind them because I use them. I teach them. And I'm just saying, when you get comfortable doing something, it makes it a lot simpler and not as frustrating. So it's like kids taking their driver's test, even adults. Why are they so nervous of something they've done so often, but it's the new road that messes them up, and it's just a mental thing. So anyway, go out and work on them. They'll get better.
well, I have to tell you that what you said is true because, okay, the first week or so that I was in Florida, I'm going over to this Miramar Mall, and I'm behind this cute little red car that looks like it's brand new. And the woman goes in and it's a roundabout and she goes left. And I'm like, well, I don't, that's not right. And a car's coming. So she just took her car and rode it right into the boulevard. I said, now she just wrecked her new car. She didn't know that she wasn't looking, you weren't, she wasn't looking at all, but I was like, oh.
Well,
So it's a
once
good way
again,
to, you probably should practice them a bit. On
yep,
Sundays at 5 a.m.
yep.
That's right.
And kudos to you, Jane, because guess what? You became a smarter, safer driver. You saw that.
Yes, exactly,
So
exactly. Right in front of me. And I'm like, oh,
hey, you were looking more at I love that red car than the driver.
it was fun. It was a cute car, but still, it surprised me. I was very, anyway. All right. Well, any other tips or we're
No,
good?
I just get out and work them, man. You just work them. You'll get really comfortable with them, but you got to spend some time on them because there's just different ones. And like I say, unless it says to enter, when you enter, you have to exit right away, and you don't want to exit right away. You want to exit at the second one. There's no reason to get in the left lane. It's it's confusion and frustration behind the wheel that can be. You don't even have to go there. You don't even have to turn that page. Don't even let it get into your mind. Stay in the outside. There's nothing good about the inside lane. Nothing. Zero. So,
Right. All right. Well, thanks, Mike, for your words of wisdom, and thanks for the enrichment from our
Eva, yes.
student.
Miss Ava, yes.
Miss Ava, yes, thank you, and we appreciate it. And we appreciate all of you for joining us today. And of course, we love to hear from you. We love to hear from our students, but other people, if they're interested or have questions that they'd like Mike to answer, we would love to help you out. You can also check out our youtube.com/Drive Safe, Ride Safe 1. It's our channel, and we house 100+ defensive driving videos on almost any topic. And you can also check out our other podcast by going to drivesaferidesafe.com/podcast. And if you have time, you can email us with your suggestions or your questions or driving stories, because we love to hear from you. So you can go to drivesaferidesafe@gmail.com. This has been episode 48 of Throwing Your Parents Under the Bus podcast. I'm Jane Ubel, and we want to remind you to
drive safe.
Ride safe.
.com.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.